everyone, I'm JD from Willow Band Journals, and I have got a whole bunch of beautiful vintage French papers, documents, and ephemera in front of me. We've got some envelopes and letters, and yeah, I'm going to be making a vintage French document journal. This was a subscriber request to see a vintage document journal on my channel, and because I love vintage French, I'm going to go with this theme. This subscriber also wanted to know where I get my vintage papers from, and so I got this whole pack here from Etsy. And when it comes to my vintage French papers and ephemera, Etsy is pretty much the only place that I get things from. Having said that, actually I have found a few vintage French postcards and the odd document here and there at a place called Butler's in Melbourne, which is like a vintage antique shop. Just trying to think of other places. May have gotten some other things from vintage and antique places down in Melbourne, but because I live in a small country town up here, I mostly rely on online shopping for my vintage pieces. So the op shops up here, they don't have much in the way of vintage. So eBay, I sometimes get vintage items from eBay, but mostly now it's just Etsy, and I consider it like online op shopping pretty much, because you never know what you're going to find. People keep listing things all the time, and I just type in the search bar vintage French documents or vintage French paper, vintage French ephemera, and just see what comes up. And I'm very thankful that the cheapest shipping for me often comes from France. Like everything from America, way too expensive. It's ridiculously expensive. The shipping can be up to like $40-$60 plus, whereas shipping from France can sometimes be under $10. So I love that. This came from France in a bundle, and because I like getting things in bulk, that is very exciting for me to find a bundle like this. And I will just find different shops, different French shops on Etsy, and see what bundles come up and what's affordable in terms of postage and all that kind of thing. I got this pack this year to help me finish some vintage French journals that I've been working on, and there's 12 in that collection. I was going to say 10, but there's actually 12 in that collection, the biggest collection that I've ever done or am attempting to do, because they're still a work in progress, and I've had them for over a year. But I didn't have enough vintage French pieces to go in there, so finally I was like, okay, let's just get some bundles and fill up those journals. But I have enough to make other journals as well, so I'm going to attempt here to make a vintage document journal out of this stuff here. So what I pulled out here already is, like, this is the ephemera pile, here's the envelope pile, and then here's more of like the document pile, lots of letters and things like that. And I will put that one aside for now because I want to show you what I pulled out here. I think these are the pieces I'm going to use in the journal. We've got this really cool one that folds out, like a letter envelope in one. I've got like random pieces of ephemera, letters. I love the ones with like the letterhead there. Note type paper, and try to get different text, so some in blue, some in black, some looks like it's in pencil but it might just be like a really fine pen. Different types of script, different layouts of the pages, different color tones. So we've got like white, more of the cream, blue writing, blue paper, and this one's quite small, others is quite large, like that's quite interesting, that writing there. Double pages too, like look at that, oh my goodness. Look at that. So that's just a sample of things that I think I might use, and obviously I can go to the pile and pull out more, but what I'm going to do is, for this video, I thought I would try to make the cover with you. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm doing, but I thought we'd work it out together. I have an idea, and it's just a matter of will it work. And while I'm here, I also have these pieces here as well that I pulled out from the same bundle, and they're kind of scrappy pieces, so I thought I'm going to make a collage masterboard out of these, plus some of the letters and other documents, but definitely these pieces, and make some tags for the journal as well. So I think I'm going to put that one up as a tutorial, another one for collage masterboard, because I got another subscriber request for making my collage tags, so that will be a separate video. But for this video, yeah, we're going to concentrate on the cover. So what I'm thinking is, I like the idea for the envelope, putting an envelope on it. Yeah, I really like that idea. So I want to get the stamp on there too. So what I think I'll do is I'll just trim it down here, separate these. And I might actually even be able to glue it like that. So I really want, I don't know if it's going to be big enough. Okay, maybe I can't do that. Just got to cut this down here then. And I know I want this on the cover like that, so I want it like this. Or do I want it like that? I want this one as my front cover, I think. No, I definitely want it like that. Okay. And I can ink around those edges to catch where it doesn't meet it. So let's just go ahead and do that now. I'm going to use walnut stain for this. And I'm just going to go and capture all that part where you could see that edge. Oh, I probably don't need to do that edge. Yeah, because I'm going to go across like that. So just a bit more here, I reckon. Okay, and then, oh, I'll do the other side too while I'm here. And I'm just wondering, can I fit that whole back on there? Not quite. So what I'll do, I'll put it as much as I can, and we will ink all the edges of this one too, so that it can just lay on top and have the inked edges all around. Okay. Now I can do the flap as well while I'm here, I reckon. Oh, hang on. It's just going to be like that, isn't it? Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Let's just do the front first. Okay, I know what I'm doing now, I think. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to patch it together. That's what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to glue the envelope onto the front. And I want to catch it where the stamp is. And yeah, like that. And then I'll trim this off here. Okay, good. And then I just have to make sure I'm getting my flap right. So then I want this one like this. So that means I need to cut off right there. So I'm going to get my ruler and a pen, just so I can catch this. Now I'm probably going to go all the way to the edge actually. And now I'm going to add that there, and I will catch that there, so I'm going to sew around these edges, so I don't mind that it's going to go all the way across there, because I will sew this. And sometimes I cover up the inside of the envelope, but because this journal is going to have some blue pages in it, and there's quite a lot of blue handwriting, I'm actually going to leave that blue because it works fine with the colour scheme. I'm just going to glue that piece down as well. But I do just want to make sure I don't close that up. Okay, and then when I come to here, I could just ink that if I wanted, but I'm just going to patch this together like that. So making use of the offcut since I have it. If I didn't have this, I would just go ahead and ink it up. All right, and then I will trim around it. Beautiful. So it will look something like that. Actually, I don't need to. I didn't really need to cover that up. I forget, because I can just cover it once it's here by the piece I put on the back there. I was going to put this one here, I think. And if I put that there, yeah, I think I'm just going to take that off actually before it dries. I could leave it on, but I'll just take off as much as I can because otherwise it'll be too thick. And again, a good case in point, just keep going. So then I will stick that there so that I can put that there. Okay, now I do want this one as the cover. Since we're going for a document journal, I want to put an actual, document onto the cover. And then I want to have the script on the back. So I will just trim this in half because it opens out like that, and I can save that as a page for the journal. Now, let's have a look. I probably want to place it there so I can catch that edge there. So I want to, but then I want, I know, okay, I'll stick this one on first then. Okay. So I like, if possible, I like putting a hinge of paper over there, just because it adds a little bit more strength, it saves you having to cut and measure, and also it just means there's no gap there either. So I want to move this across. I'm holding it up to the light so I can kind of see where the edges are. I want you to go right to that edge there so I can see as much of that over there as possible. And then we will push that down. I will bring it open. Perfect. I just wanted that M. That was the main thing that I wanted to catch, that beautiful M. All right, and then I'll open it back up, re-press down that crease, and then I will stick on the envelope. And, oh, hang on, I'm going to trim it first so I can see how to position the envelope, how far up or down as to what you can see behind it. So I'm thinking of the layers. All right, beautiful. A true document journal. So I want Paris to be seen there. That's why I wanted to do that. So let's put it down just to there. Then I'm going to go ahead, remove that. And perfect. Now I can come back here, and this will also reinforce that there. So I'm just going to open this up, grab the glue stick, and come in here. Woo, that was a lot of glue. Can I get that edge a little bit closer? Okay, and now I want to stick this one as close to that edge as I can get it. And we'll see if that works. Because everything kind of moves once you bend it. All right. I do have a bone folder, but I'm often way too lazy to even get it. And I just use my nail instead. Okay. Now I'm going to take this out the way before it sticks things down. I'll trim off these pieces. Got this. Beautiful. Good. Okay. So, look at that. That's so beautiful. I love just script and text. And there's the envelope. That is so cool. I love it. Now I will go ahead and ink all around the edges and just dress up the papers a little bit, make them look a bit more fancy. Beautiful. And I'm gonna ink up more of that envelope as well. So another idea, would be to actually close that and have the pocket there. In fact, I actually think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to sew down here, and open it up there actually. Because first of all, it's easier access here, and I just feel like the pocket should be here. And that way I can add a layer there. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to sew down here. How I'll do that is actually I'll go sew. And then at the end of all that, I'm going to open that up there with my scissors. Yeah, I am loving that idea. And that will give me an extra layer by whatever I put in that pocket being able to stick out a little bit. And just give it a bit more ink here. And I do want to get this edge as well. And I do want to get this edge here if I can. So now that I know I would do that, I would have covered this entirely, perhaps, because now I don't need that flap. And I probably, knowing this as well now, would ink this edge first. So if I was to make another one, I would know what order to do things. And yeah. Love, love, love. I think I'm just going to get that a little bit more. And I forgot this edge up here. Yeah, I'm trying to get in there. But once I sew that, that's going to be all good. And then I'm going to sew all here as well. Now, the inside of the cover. What I want to do, I think, is use this piece here because it's got everything I want. It's got the vintage and the blue. It's got a little bit of extra interest there. It's a document. And what I'm thinking is I want to create some pockets. So one here and one there. And that can add some more layers. Maybe stick in some letters. So the way I'm going to attempt this is to, because I know I'm going to sew it down anyway, I just want to catch it at the edges so it doesn't move while I take it to my sewing machine. So we're just going to do that and see if that works. Now, I might want to put glue much further across just so that things don't get lost in that pocket. Otherwise I have to try and find something giant to be able to see it here. But maybe I could fit in a postcard. So I don't want to go too far out either. And then I just want to match this up to one side first. And actually want to try and get those words there. Push that in there and see if that works. Okay. All right, I think that's pretty good. Once I take that to my sewing machine, that will be held in place. And I will just ink the edges here as well. And I love the idea of the pockets. You know, you want lots and lots of pockets in as many ways as possible sometimes, just so you can add all the different ephemera that you have. You want all these different creative ways of adding them to the journals. So and this is why I love using manila folder as well, because you don't really have to cover it up if you don't want to. I could have just left that manila folder if I wanted, and I was tempted to actually, but of course I want to feature something. If I've got the beautiful document, I want to feature it, but also the cover isn't sturdy enough on the front, so I just needed, well, I don't need it, but I wanted an extra layer on the back just to make it a bit more sturdy. And yeah, I like it. I also like that it is made out of a manila folder specifically for this journal, being a document journal. You know, it's like, I'm going to do those edges too. It's like documents being kept inside a file folder. It all just works together. Using a file folder is on theme with this particular themed journal. So that was unintentional though. Like, I love using manila folders anyway for my journal covers and tags and journal cards. And I just love the cream, not texture, cream tone. This is a bit of a darker manila folder than I'm usually using, but I like it. I think the darker tone actually works better for this journal because this is quite a dark paper. So the darker tone works really well. So yeah, I will take that to my sewing machine. I will stitch from the outside all the way around all of the edges. Now I could put a pocket on the back if I wanted to actually, because I would miss that edge there and it would still, but no, I actually want to make that clean. I could put a bit of lace. Let me have a look. So I got some lace from France in a previous bundle from maybe 2 years ago, and I just want to see if one of these would work. This is such a beautiful piece of lace. I want this one. This one could work too, but I feel like this is for like a bit more of a more elegant journal. I'm inspired now to do a script cover, front cover with this on the front. I feel like that would be more for an elegant journal, where this is a bit more of a grungy, you know, a grungier journal. So I think I want this lace here for a pocket, just to jazz up the back a little bit. I don't know if I really want the lace, but because I sort of don't feel like it fits with the document journal theme and the grunginess of it all. It's like, what's that lace doing there? But I think that looks too good to not put it there, so I'm going to do it. Now this is where I'm going to use my glue to stick this down, just very faintly, so that it will hold when I take it to my sewing machine. And we're just going to line that up there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, yeah, we're jazzing up our document journal, guys. We're jazzing it up. But see, now that gave me an idea to use this piece. I'm going to have to make another cover now, find a beautiful script and put that on the front and make maybe a much more elegant journal rather than the grungy. You know, I was kind of going for more of like a tatty, you know, vintage tatty grungier journal for this one, where you see like the rips and you see the creases and you see the staining of the papers. That's what I was going for with this one, to have it look really worn and old and all of that lovely history in it. And then that's how you can use the same thing. Like I could make another themed journal exactly like this, vintage French document, but this one I'm going for more grungy, and then this one I could do more elegant and refined. Oh, okay, I'm excited. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, sharing my process and taking it from idea to executing it. And now I'll take this to my sewing machine and I'll have fun doing the final step of this cover. So awesome. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.